Hey guys, this is Basketball Star 1130. I'm back. I know I haven't made a video in a few weeks on this channel, but I'm back. It's just because yesterday I had 6 uploads on my gaming channel, and I've started to relaunch that on Basketball Star Gaming, so go check that out. I'll probably leave the link in the description or something. I've been doing a lot of Nintendo Switch content lately, and then I'm going to move on to Xbox and everything else. Anyway, so here's how this is going to work. Gaming uploads will be on Tuesdays and Thursdays. This is just tentative right now. Gaming uploads on the gaming channel, Basketball Star Gaming videos will be on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And then Basketball Star 1130 sports channel, this channel, uploads will be on Mondays and Wednesdays. And Friday, Saturday, Sunday are like my off days just to get, just to get, what's the word? Recuperated. That's the word. Recuperated everything. Just anyway. So there you go. Gaming uploads, Basketball Star Gaming, Tuesdays and Thursdays. Sports uploads, Basketball Star 1130, Mondays and Wednesdays. Okay, let's get started with today's video. So, NCAA men's college basketball starts tonight. Well, technically it already started, but the big games aren't until tonight. So we're going to have like a little mini series of videos today focusing on college basketball. I think today is going to be dedicated to college basketball unless there's like some other breaking news or something. If you did not know, I'm a Kentucky Wildcats fan in basketball, but I'm a Notre Dame Fighting Irish fan in football. My brother is a Notre Dame Fighting Irish fan in college basketball and college football. And but later today, in a couple hours probably, I'm going to take a look at the Kentucky roster and break it down and see how far we can go this year. Hopefully Final Four, if not a championship. We'll see, though. Anyway, so I started off with looking at the top 25 rankings and giving my opinion. This was the preseason poll heading into week 1 of college basketball, so let's see here. So I'm on ESPN.com if you want to look for yourself. ESPN.com, I went to this little side thing. I went down to NCAA men's. So let's see. Rankings, where is it? I saw it. ESPN. Here, recruiting. Rankings. Okay, these are the top 25 rankings. So I'll go over them quickly and then give you my thoughts. 1, Gonzaga. Ooh, that's kind of surprising. Gonzaga, I don't think... We're going to look at each of these teams and see if they have any standout players that I recognize. Let's see here. Gonzaga. 1 is kind of surprising to me, but honestly. Let's look at their roster for a second. Roster. They have Martinez. I'll point out any players that I recognize. Aaron Cook is supposed to be very good, and I heard so. That's the only player I recognize. So far, at least. Andrew Nembhard. He's eligible. I know him. Jalen Suggs. I know him. He's supposed to be okay. But Gonzaga at 1 is kind of surprising to me. Let's go back to the rankings here. Gonzaga at 1 is kind of surprising to me, but anyway, 2, Baylor. Baylor was very surprising last year. I'm only going to look at the roster for, like, the top 10 teams, and then I'm not going to look, because this video will drag on if we look at the roster for, like, every team. I'm not going to look at the Kentucky roster, though, because I'm going to do a separate breakdown of that. So, in substitute of that, I'll pick a bottom 10 team just to, like, say that. So, Baylor, the Baylor Bears, let's see if I recognize anybody. Jared Butler, he's very good. Very good. Matthew Mayer, he's very good too. Not as good as Jared Butler, obviously, but, Mike Patterson. This team was very surprising last year, so I'm not surprised they're number 2. Maybe a little too high in people's minds, but not in mine. So Jared Butler is really the only standout I see there that I recognize, at least. If you guys recognize any others, let me know. 3, Villanova. That's kind of surprising to me as well, because at one point... So last year, 2 years ago, they fell out of the top 25 completely, like, for consecutive weeks, and that's, like, rare. So Villanova's roster, let's see here. Brian Antoine. Colin Gillespie. I know Colin Gillespie. He's very good. I've watched him every year since he was a freshman, and he's Is he a senior? I feel like he's a senior this year. Hold up. Yeah, he is a senior. So I've watched him every year since he was a freshman. So he is a senior. So yeah, Justin Moore, Jeremiah Robinson, Jermaine Samuels, Brandon Slater. Yeah, so Colin Gillespie, I've watched him ever since he was a freshman. He's really good, but other than that, I don't really recognize anybody else. I imagine the other guys are good, pretty good, but I don't recognize any of their names. For Virginia, that might be a little too high too. We'll see. Virginia always has good players, so we'll check their roster. Okay, this is the guy I know right off the bat. Jabri Abdur-Rahim. I know that in the last couple years they've lost a lot of guys to the draft or graduation, so Kihei Clark, he's rising because they don't have those other guys to rely on, so he's rely on. Sam Hauser is a transfer from Michigan, I want to say. Yeah, Michigan. Jay Huff is supposed to be pretty good, too. Carson McCorsky, so Malachi Poindexter, I know him. So far, they had like 4 or 5 players there that I recognize. So far, Virginia has the most players that I recognize, and I'm not surprised because Virginia always has good, notable, big-name players. Maybe they're not big-name in the eyes of the whole country, but Virginia fans, and in my eyes, they are. 5, Iowa. This is too high, in my opinion, for Iowa. Well, because, I don't think they have any notable players. Oh, Austin Ash. He's supposed to be pretty good. Luka Garza. Now, that guy is supposed to be a top draft pick next year. I heard the 2021 NBA draft. I don't know if this is true or not. I'm going to have to see these guys play. But the top 7 guys, if they entered the 2020 draft, all could have gone number 1. That's just crazy to think, so. A lot of teams tank out there. Patrick McCaff, Keegan Murray, Chris Murray. Yeah, so the only guy in my eyes that they have who carries, not carries, but you know what I mean, is Luka Garza, honestly. So that's 5, like I said, is too high for Iowa in my opinion. 6, Kansas. 6, Kansas. Let's look at the Jayhawks roster. They lost Udoka Azubuike, their longtime center big man, to the draft this year. I forgot what team he got drafted by, but let's see if I recognize anybody. Marcus Garrett was coming on late last year. I can't wait to see him play. Mitch Lightfoot, he had a couple solid minutes last year. I think he'll improve too. David McCormick, so that's like 3 players right there that I know. But still, Virginia holds the spot for the most notable players that I recognize at least. So 6 is the Jayhawks. 7, Wisconsin. Let's look at the Badgers roster. Just a little breakdown here. Trevor Anderson, Lauren Bowman, Ben Carlson, he's pretty good. He's supposed to be, I mean. Yeah, so they had, what was that guy's name? Ethan Happ a couple of years ago. He was pretty good, but he left, so. Yeah, so I don't really know anyone there. I mean, Wisconsin, that's too high. 7 for them is too high in my opinion, but whatever. 8, Illinois. This is too high for Illinois in my opinion, too. I'm not going to try to say that guy's name up there. Benjamin Bozeman. Again, 8 is too high for the Illinois in my opinion. Yeah, like I said, the top 7 guys in the 2021 draft could go number 1 overall in the 2020 draft, some scout said a couple of days ago, around the time of the draft, so that's honestly crazy. 8 is too high for Illinois, in my opinion. Duke, 9, that's interesting. Because, it might be too low for some people, but honestly, I think it's the right spot, because Duke is usually top 5, if not top 3, if not number 1, but they don't have as much talent they've had in years past. They have a lot of guys I know, because it's Duke, but Joey Baker, I know him. I think there's going to be more guys I know here than Virginia. Joey Baker, I know him. I don't know him. Mike Buckmeyer, I know him. Jordan Goldwire, I feel like he's going to improve a lot. Matthew Hurt, Jalen Johnson, Wendell Moore Jr., Jeremy Roach, I know him. Michael Savarino. Isn't that like Coach Krzyzewski's grandson or something? DJ Stewart, Patrick Tape, Mark Williams, Keenan Worthington. So there's like 5 or 6 players I knew on that team, so I think that beats out Virginia. Now, 10, Kentucky's 10. I'm not going to say my thoughts on that right now or break down the roster because I'm going to do a whole separate video because they're my favorite team, the Kentucky Wildcats roster breakdown. So let's pick a team to substitute for them to break down. Creighton, Tennessee. Okay, I'll go through the rest of the rankings and then pick a team. 11, Creighton. 12, Tennessee. 13, Michigan State. 14, Texas Tech. 11 is just a tad too high, in my opinion, for Creighton. 12 and 13 is just a little too high for Tennessee and Michigan State, in my opinion. 14, Texas Tech, because Michigan State lost Cassius Winston to the draft this year, because he was a senior anyway. 15, West Virginia. 16, UNC. 17, Houston. 18, Arizona State. 19, Texas. 20, Oregon. 21, Florida State. 22, UCLA. 23, Ohio State. 24, Rutgers. 25, Michigan. Let's look at 18, Arizona State. I don't think they're high enough because they have this one player that I'm really excited, one of the best freshmen in the country, in my opinion. I'm really excited to watch. So, Marcus Bagley. Is that Marvin Bagley's brother? I think it is. Micah Burno. Caleb Christopher. Wait. Is that Carson, California? Wait, is that Josh Christopher's brother? There's no way, right? Yep, they're both from Carson, California. That's his brother. One's a sophomore, one's a freshman. But Josh Christopher, I'm so excited to watch this kid play. I don't really care about the other players, but there's a brother duo there, Josh Christopher and Caleb Christopher. But I'm so excited to watch this guy play. I can't wait to see Josh Christopher play. I just think he's one of the best freshmen in the country. So anyways, guys, tell me what you think in the comments below. Anyways, this is Basketball Star 1130. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one. See you guys.